y'all. Today is Sunday for us and we've got lots of things planned. Not really, I just have a lot of things to do that I would like to do in the kitchen. We just had breakfast. As you've seen, we had the hot chocolate pancakes from Walmart. Those are pretty good. We're gonna have a big dinner tonight, chicken and gravy in the crock pot, and then we're just gonna pair it with some mashed potatoes. I really want some green bean casserole and maybe stuffing. And then I'm gonna go ahead and make some of the copycat Texas Roadhouse rolls again. Really looking forward to that. Then I also wanna go ahead and make the uncrustables with the bread that we got from Sam's. And I need to get the ham, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwiches going and put those in the freezer so that the boys can have them for the mornings. But besides that, that's really it. So not a whole lot. But I also got to bag the cheese since I got the quart-size freezer bags in our haul. But we'll take you guys along and show you our day. So for yesterday's dinner, I had just thrown chili in the crock pot, but I used one of my old friends. She had posted a recipe that she had used in a cook-off and she won. So I had saved that a long time ago, but we had never made it. So I made that recipe yesterday and we tried it out and we actually loved it. Like, it was really good. Dee said he didn't want to make my head blow up or anything, but it was probably the best chili that he ever had. So thank you to her for sharing that, because that's probably going to be our go-to from now on. But I'll share that recipe with you guys next time we make it so you can try it. It is really good. Okay, it is many hours later and I haven't really gotten much done at all. It has been a very sleepy Sunday. After breakfast, we kind of just got the kitchen cleaned up, and then Atlas was tired. He didn't sleep well last night, so we got Atlas down for a nap. And when he was sleeping, I tried to come out of the room and start the Uncrustables, but then he popped up, so I went back in the room with him until he woke up. And after he woke up, we just had like a quick grilled cheese lunch, nothing too big because we're gonna have a huge dinner. And then I was working on the video for the what's for dinner, trying to get that finished so I can upload it today. So yeah, I've gotten nothing done, but I'm gonna go ahead and get the breakfast croissants going because I need to do that before the croissants get too hard and nasty. Let me go ahead and show you guys how I put those together. I just started the oven to preheat for 325 degrees. I'm gonna take about 7 eggs and a little bit of milk and season that with salt and pepper. Then I'm just gonna scramble those up and put them into a greased 9x13 pan and bake those until they're done. I want to say it's gonna take between like 13 and 15 minutes, but I'll definitely let you guys know how long they ended up baking.
Under
Okay, so I just pulled the eggs out of the oven. They did end up cooking for a total of 13 minutes. So I'm gonna let those cool down, and then once they're cool, I'll slice them up into 12 pieces. And I'll use those for the breakfast sandwiches. I sliced up my eggs, and now I'm just gonna open up the croissants and fill it with the eggs, ham, and cheese. And then I'm gonna take some foil sheets and wrap them up individually. And then once they're all done, I'm just gonna place them in some freezer bags and put them in the freezer. And the boys will eat these for breakfast, because they would like to get the like the Jimmy Dean breakfast sandwiches, but they're pretty expensive for only like $4. So we do it this way.
Hold on, he will break you and me. We will go there, have no fear, my dear. How big is your love? Tell me, how high is your patience? Can I be saved? I wanna catch the wave. How big is your love? Tell me, how high is your patience? Can I be saved? I wanna catch the wave. Now, how big is your love? Tell me, how high is your patience? Can I be saved? I wanna catch the wave.
Alright, so I'm all done wrapping them. Just gonna get them in these Ziploc bags now and put them in the freezer. And when the boys are ready to eat them, they will just take them out, wrap them in a damp paper towel, and put them in the microwave for about 1.5 minutes. And then they are good to go. I'm gonna get ready to wash and peel my potatoes, but can I tell you guys the embarrassing thing that I did on Friday? So we really wanted bread with dinner, and it was already too late for me to throw bread in the bread machine. And then we went to Walmart, and I meant to look at like their French bread stuff, but I totally forgot. So like on the way home, I swore I had seen online somewhere that Subway sold like their loaves of bread. And so I'm like, oh, I'll just stop at Subway because there's one literally right outside of our neighborhood. So I send my oldest in there, and I'm like, just ask them for 2 loaves of their Italian bread. And he's like, just the bread? Are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, they sell their bread in there. And so we're waiting, and he comes out and he gives me the change. I gave him like a $20 bill, and he had like $6 and some change or something, I don't know, but it was a lot less than what I was expecting. And so I look at the receipt, and they charged him $12 and some change. We were charged for 2 foot-long veggie sandwiches. I was like, OMG. I was so mad. Like, I had to look it up. I looked up online before I went crazy. I was like, did they take advantage of him? Oh my god, what happened? So I looked it up, and like, of course, all these articles and blogs or whatever popped up. It was like Subway no longer sells their loaves. There's like petitions against it. But I guess there's not enough revenue for them to sell only the bread. So he came back with 2 loaves of bread, and we were charged for 2-foot-long veggie sandwiches. So definitely don't do that. Don't be like me. You guys, I was so like upset about it for a very long time. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm such a dummy. But well, you live and you learn. And I paid $12 for some bread. It was actually pretty good though, so whatever. It is what it is. Can't change it. Definitely won't be doing it again. Learn from my mistakes.
It's been 3 months since we talked. Feel like you're on a roll, yeah. Me, myself, and I just keep on stumbling around. You got someone else who is loving you. And oh, there he goes. Panic, I'm an addict, feel that rage inside. And oh, he don't even know. Babe, how can you be so blind? 'Cause I can love you better than no one else. And I can hold you tighter than she can. 'Cause I can love you better than no one else. 'Cause I got good old love. Do you feel lonely in a prison, darling? I know I'm still stuck somewhere in your head. Still stuck somewhere in your head. Can you imagine me with someone else holding me tight here in my bed? And oh, there he goes. Panic, I'm an addict, feel that rage inside. And oh, he don't even know. Babe, how can you be so blind? 'Cause I can love you better than no one else. And I can hold you tighter than she can. 'Cause I can love you better than no one else.
Alright, just pulled our rolls out of the oven. We've got our green bean casserole, some cornbread stuffing, mashed potatoes, and our chicken and gravy. I'm so excited to eat. Okay guys, so we are now into late Monday. It is about, it's 5:30 now. My camera ended up dying yesterday right before we were gonna eat dinner, which I'm kind of glad that it did, because I usually show you my plates and I had a embarrassing amount of food on my plate. I was so looking forward to that dinner. Now, I didn't get to make the uncrustables yesterday, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I put those together. Now, since I've got a little bit of time, we just did meatballs for dinner tonight, so I just pulled those out of the oven. Super quick meal. We still have a lot of the Roadhouse rolls left and the world's most expensive Subway bread. So we'll use that up, finish those rolls for the boys, and then Dee and I will just have meatballs and some steamed broccoli for our dinner. But yeah, let me go ahead and get the uncrustables done. I'll show you guys how we use them. I got this little sandwich cutter and sealer on Amazon. I will link it down below if they still have it. I really like this one because it wasn't plastic. It's not gonna break as easy, and it was only 1 piece. Like, I've seen some that you have to use like 3 different circles and a sealer or something, and this one was just 1. And I really like it so far. But yeah, if that's still available, I'll put it down in the description box for you guys. And I'm gonna do 1 loaf of grape uncrustables and 1 loaf of strawberry, and I'm gonna wrap them individually in cling wrap and then put those into a freezer bag and put them in the freezer. So you don't have to do this, but I like to do it just so that I don't waste any peanut butter or extra jelly. So I'm just gonna, I take the little cutter and just put a little circle on there so that I know my guide, and I'll stay inside that circle. And the key is to not overfill it. So you only need a little bit of peanut butter and a little bit of jelly. And I use 2 butter knives, one for the peanut butter and one for the jelly. You don't have to do that, but I don't want to get a whole bunch of jelly in our peanut butter. Now this was a smaller bread, so not the prettiest one, but it'll work. So this bread isn't the softest anymore. It's starting to get hard, so it's starting to crack. But if you get some good fresh bread, they will look just like the store-bought ones. But they're still gonna get eaten, not a problem. It's not expired bread, it's just not as soft. Okay, so I was able to get 9 Uncrustables out of this Wonder Loaf bread. So I've got the grape done, and I'm gonna go ahead and just do the same thing with the strawberry and get those wrapped up and in the freezer too. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like the video. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe to join our YouTube family, and we'll see you guys in the next one.